Magnum, my brand. Everybody put your Magnum in the air now. From you a drink Magnum, make me see. Take charge of things now your place now. From the river to the beach to the street. Hot Magnum and when me have in a me hand there. Give her a sipper, she tell me sweet. Look for me watch for your quick time check. Yeah. Right now a Magnum a for your beat. Enjoy yourself every day of the week with a Magnum. My life I forget sweeter. Must be 18 years and older to drink. Drink responsibly.
It's TDC for me, TDC for we. Neighbor, partner, your family. The best is yet to come, believe me. Moving forward, moving we. Hey, TDC serve the nation with the best customer experience. TDC, you are the one for we. Happy anniversary.
Together we succeed, building on strong community, pressing on part to one destiny. One love, one family. Together we succeed. Let the whole world see. Yes, this is 50.
Another pleasant Monday morning in the Federation of St. Christopher Nevis. I would like to say to our viewers and listeners around the world, in whatever time zone you're in, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. You're logged on to another episode of Voices from the studios of WINNFM 98.9. It's the 6th day of November, just about 6 minutes past 11 o'clock, and we're locked and ready for another presentation of Voices. Today's presentation takes a twist as it takes us into a very interesting part of our development. We have with us in the studios, I'm going to single out for introduction the Director of Tourism in the Ministry of the Department of Tourism. Did I get it right? In the person of Miss Daniel Taylor, somebody else. Okay. And we have one of the proprietors of two of the main bars in the Palm Bay Factory area with us. He goes by the name of Dog, but he's going to introduce himself properly. And we have a young lady who is working with the Department of Community Development. And we are family?
Yes.
So represent.
My name is Charlene Gomes, and I am here representing. My name is Charlene Gomes. Good morning. I am here representing the Constituency Department, and I'm an officer for number 5 as well.
Okay, and you're beautiful, so the camera is there?
Oh, yeah.
Yes, we're live. Okay. And Mr. Ramdog, as you said, get close to the mic.
Hi, good morning. Bruce Rogers representing Rumdog, the new strip to be, place to be soon. So, encourage everyone to listen. Listen keenly to understand what's going on. Thank you.
Okay, I am very happy to be able to invite you to the studios this morning. We're presenting a new feature in the development of rural tourism. We're talking tourism. We have the Director of Tourism with us, and we want to introduce a new feature into the offerings to not only our guests but locals. So we're here to promote the Palm Bay or the Black Sand Strip in Sandy Point. On Sunday afternoons, folks want to go to this and that area for entertainment. We want to develop that area and make it something very, very attractive. So on the 19th of this month, there'll be a tour, and this is in keeping with the Department of Tourism Week that will jumpstart that interest. There are more details that will be shared during the program, but I want just to let people know what we're here to discuss. And for this, we can depend on no other than Ms. Daniel Taylor to introduce us and explain what we're here about.
Good morning, everyone. As indicated by Socrates, I am Daniel Taylor Williams, Director in the Ministry of Tourism. And today we are here to promote a new activity. Now, as we all know, it's Tourism Month. And so we have various activities. We've done this throughout the years. We have various activities throughout the year. But in addition to the celebration of our Tourism Month of activities, it is also the 10th anniversary of the Sustainable Destination Council. The Sustainable Destination Council, I know through our surveys that not many persons are aware of it, although it's been in existence for 10 years. But every time I say to people, do you remember when the former permanent secretary collected an award in Spain for when we won the World Travel and Tourism Council's Destination Stewardship Award? That was the Sustainable Destination Council. So we in 2019 won that award. And we continue to promote different activities focused on the pillars of sustainable tourism, including our annual Plastic Free July activity. Now, as a result of the Plastic Free July and the impact it has had since we began, very often people think of sustainable tourism as only having to do with environmental issues. But the pillars of sustainable tourism speak to people, planet, and prosperity. And when we speak of prosperity, we are speaking about livelihoods. How do people make a living? How can we help to balance all three of them? And so this year we decided to partner with the main bars at Pump Bay, because also history is an important and integral part of sustainable tourism. I mean, we are a destination that has over 200 World Heritage, 200 heritage sites, including the Pump Bay Strip area. And we thought that this would give us an opportunity to highlight another pillar of sustainability. As a matter of fact, we are highlighting two, because we're looking at the socio-cultural part of it, which is the people part of it, but we're also looking at the livelihood, which is the prosperity aspect of it. Because by creating an event like this and driving traffic to the area, then we are helping to enhance the area, we are helping to enhance the community, and creating opportunities, job opportunities, opportunities for people to make a living. And so we have gotten on board with this event, and we want everybody to participate. As Socrates would have pointed out, we're not just going down to have a big lime, although that's one of the pillars of the St. Kitts Tourism Authority. We have some pillars for our promotion and our marketing. One of them is the liming aspect of St. Kitts that we promote to our guests. But in addition to the liming, we want it to be an awareness and learning activity. And this is where we have the tour coming in, because people pass through Sandy Point, people live in Sandy Point, but how many people in those persons in that area are aware of the integral part that Sandy Point played in our history? And so we want to use this event as an opportunity to highlight Sandy Point as a destination. It's a new tourism product. So we want people to go to Sandy Point. And for example, people flying in could see, I want to do a tour of Sandy Point, because based on what we have discovered and what we know about Sandy Point is a destination that can hold its own as a tourism product. So you don't just drive through on an island tour. You can actually spend the day in Sandy Point, and you don't have to worry, because we have the two bars, well, two main bars, and there are others that you can get a nice lunch or dinner while you're spending the day in Sandy Point. And that is how we want people to be able to see the area. So it creates new options for our guests. And don't forget that we are all also tourists in our destination. So we are also extending invitation to our brothers and sisters in Nevis, because there's such a thing as domestic tourism.
That is correct. You mentioned we have one of the two proprietors of the two main bars. There's another bar. For those familiar with the area, there's another bar just above the hard courts,
Yeah.
just on the border that separates Pump Bay from Fig Tree. And it's part of the history that we'll be delving into when we get into the touring aspect of it. The Black Sand experience that has been vital, and a lot of folks go down there for that particular occasion. This is somewhat different. It's a black sand strip. So for those who are listening and say black sand, oh yeah, we go down there, etc., where you bring in different artists. You have a weekend. Sorry, I tried to sing last night. I didn't have it. A weekend of activities. This is going to be a continuous event that we're building. Whereas some folks go to Frigate Bay on Sunday evenings to be entertained, this gives you another option for those who live closer to Sandy Point. You may not have to drive all the way to Frigate Bay. That's established. We're creating a new event. It's a black sand experience. Many times from the ports, Port Zante, in terms of tourists coming ashore, they want to go to a black sand beach. This offers them an option. They have a black sand beach. We have accommodations in place because the options are you go to a black sand beach. There are no accommodations. There's no infrastructure there. This has that already, and we're building on that potential. So for the first experience, and I'll let the folks, or the folks go into the detail, it'll be a tour named from Charles Fort to Fort Charles. Let me still speak about the cost of that. But that cost involves the price of the tour, your meals, and the entertainment. The whole place will be decorated for maximum impact. We want to impress people, but it's not going to be a one-off. It'll be every Sunday. Right? And you're shaking your head.
Yes.
And I'm told there's a special drink will be offered down there. You want to talk about that drink?
Yeah, it's rum dog, so we name it the dog bite. Just beware the dog bite.
The dog bite. So on Nevis, see, we're building on Legacy. In Nevis, everybody knows you go to Sunshine and there's a killer bee.
We got the dog bite.
So we have the dog bite. Right? And if you get really, really drunk and next day you hang over, what you do?
Look for
I hear the dog that bit
that
you.
bit you.
Right? So,
What people saying.
yes.
Okay.
So the tour, as Ms. Taylor pointed out, will be part of the tourism month of activities. And we want to thank them for partnering with this event. As actually, we're happy that they're part of it because you give us more or less a platform. You give us
Grateful.
recognition.
So grateful.
It's not just a thing that we're doing. It's part of our tourism build-out.
Right.
Yes.
Because we have persons who come who want to go to that experience, and it can be a tour within itself. Going to Sandy Point, spending the day, half day, the beach.
Definitely.
You've done the cleanup aspect of it.
Yes.
There'll be chairs, etc. And there was even discussion from the president of the Fishermen's Co-op
Yes.
in looking to rebuild the pier that was there. That whole experience will take some time, but at least we're starting.
Yes,
We want people to be
exactly.
aware of it. So the mic is yours.
All right. So, as was mentioned, tickets are being sold. They can either be purchased at the Ministry of Tourism, Rum Dogs Bar, or Link Up Bar on Pump Bay, and or EK's Mini Mart in Sandy Point. They'll be on sale from today. They are 100 EC dollars or 40 US dollars. And just be mindful that we are not only targeting locals, we are also targeting visitors. Now, for the $100, as was indicated, you will be getting the tour experience, which is a real deal, because 100 US is for the tour by itself, right? But in addition to that, we're doing a combo. So you get the tour, you get meals at both bars, and a drink at both bars. So that's included. In addition to that, anything that is extra, because this is a fundraising event as well, we are well aware that when you're going to have food and beverage operations, you need restroom facilities. Yes. And we realize that there's a challenge in that area. And so what we've decided is that from this event and ongoing events, we will try to raise funds to renovate the restroom facilities in the area. So this is a word because it's not only the patrons who are coming, we know that there are other activities that take place in the area. And so we are mindful. This is another part of the people aspect of it, where we are mindful of the needs of the people who would want to utilize the area. And so we want to put in these amenities so that people who are patronizing the area, I know that there's basketball that takes place in the area and there are other things. We want to make people comfortable. When our guests come, even if it's a guest like me from Bastia who comes to Sandy Point, I want to be comfortable, and we want our other guests to be comfortable. And so what we're trying to do with this event is to start raising funds towards the renovation of the facilities so that people would have that option. As was mentioned as well, it is so interesting because how many persons are aware that there's a Charles Fort and a Fort Charles in Sandy Point? That should be quite interesting. What's the difference between Charles Fort and Fort Charles? Quite interesting, really great for discussions. We also will have cultural performances, and we want as much as possible to have the cultural performances from the area. We are also going to have other local acts. So for example, we have Erica Edwards. She's not necessarily from the area, but her manager is from the area. And those are the kind of things we've done.
And she lives in the area.
Pardon?
She now lives in
Exactly. She lives in the area. We also have the Unchained Models, and I understand that they had a sold-out show just a couple of weeks ago. So for those who would have missed that, here's an opportunity to see them performing live. For free. Well, no, we're not encouraging. You have to make a contribution to the work that we're doing. Okay? So this is what you're going to get that. You're going to have, of course, we know Sandy Point is famous for the Maka Jumbies. Perhaps you could come and learn the story of the Maka Jumbies and Sandy Point. We're going to have that. We're going to have agua processors. I would have spoken, for example, to Chev. We know that she makes some really great products, natural products. She's from the area, right? So she'll have products available for sale. In addition, I also spoke to Mr. Gill. I know Mr. Gill is not necessarily from the area, but he recently wrote and published a book about the archaeology of Sandy Point. I think that would be quite fitting for an event like that on that day, for people who are getting to understand. And I was telling people, do you realize how important Sandy Point is in terms of the remains, in terms of stonework? You don't see a lot, as much of it in Bastia as it used to be, but a lot of it is still maintained in Sandy Point. Why is that? If you come to the tour, you'll get to find out all of those things. We hear very often about the Great Fire of Bastia. But do you know that there was also a great fire in Sandy Point? If anybody could call in and tell me what happened as a result of the Great Fire, they can get the opportunity to win a ticket to join us at the event. But those are some of the things that we are doing, and we're making it a big activity. It's not a black sand event. It's a black sand event. And so we're going to have all the frills and everything to go with such an event. Cocktail tables and everything. We want it to be a nice cocktail event. The dress code is Sunday casual. So, that calls for that kind of event. We're going to have performances by a local band from Sandy Point. As a matter of fact, I'm now hearing that another band has indicated interest. So we're now learning that there are 2 bands in the Sandy Point area. I know there were bands years ago, but now it's so good to hear that there are 2 bands and they're made up of young people. This is what we want. When we speak of sustainability, youth must be involved because they have to be the ones who carry it on. When we have long passed, the young people are the ones who are going to carry on the torch. So we are happy to learn of that, and we want to make it a really nice event. Now, it doesn't end then. It is expected to continue beyond then. So you know that, as Socrates said, every Sunday, not that it's only on Sundays though, but Sunday is the highlight. You can go to Pump Bay, to the Black Sand Strip. You can have a meal. There you can relax. You can lime As we were saying when we had the opening for JetBlue, when we were speaking to the managers from JetBlue, and the gentleman was trying to get into how we speak locally. You can come down to Pump Bay and bust a lime. We want you to come bust a lime with us, locals and visitors alike, right? And then what the group is planning to do, each month there will be a highlight activity. So at least once per month, there'll be a highlight activity where you'll have performances. We'll have steel pan, for example, that day, because there are steel pan players in Sandy Point, including our esteemed host, right? So we're gonna have that. Ike said he's also gonna be there to perform, and so it's gonna be a real Hub City thing, right? Yes. And we want everybody to come out, especially the locals and visitors. Bring your family. It's a family event, so you can bring the children along. And children always have these SBAs.
They can learn more about the story.
They can learn about the history. They don't have to just do the Bastille thing. And just imagine you live in Sandy Point and you're doing the Bastille thing. It would be great if you're in Sandy Point. You can do the Sandy Point thing. Okay. Tell the story of Sandy Point. Okay. And that is exactly what we want out of this. And it can spur other activities going forward so that people will be demanding that.
Okay, at this point in time, that's a lot for people to absorb, and it's I actually love it, but we do have to pause to give credit to our sponsors, right? When we come back, we talk to Miss Charlie over here. Okay? So take us downtown, Jamso.
We're different. We're 98.9. 98.9. Win FM.
Feel the magic happening. Campari. Taste.
Something incredible happens when Campari is mixed just right. Like Campari and orange juice poured over ice. Taste it. Try it tonight. Bitter, sweeter, better. Campari. Must be 18 years and older. Drink responsibly.
If you need protection, you need one who you can trust to secure your investment. You need one who'll do you just. TDC Insurance, you're the one that you can trust. TDC Insurance, you're always safe with us.
TDC Insurance is your go-to insurance company for all your insurance needs. We take pride in offering you the best solutions and ensuring our customers are fully satisfied. TDC Insurance, we take good care of you, guaranteeing you peace of mind.
You're always safe with us.
Welcome back to our viewers and listeners. We are in the studios at WINNFM 98.9, and we're talking about the launch of the Black Sand Sunset Cruise and the strip itself. Okay, let's take this call in the meantime before we come to Miss Charlene, okay? Could they call you live on Voices? Okay. Take another call. Could they call you live on Voices?
The King, this is Sugar.
Sugar, good day, how are you?
I'm good, sir. And to the lady that's here. It's fire in Sandy Point. The post office?
Yes.
Okay, can you ever mention somebody who called in and said, yeah, I remember the post office. And he had another fire again next to Ben Jack's there.
It's in the same area. The post office is next to where Ben Jackson is located.
Okay, then, yeah, the post office. So I corrected.
Actually, I'm looking for a fire that was even before then. A bigger fire that took place in Sandy Point, where over 500 warehouses were destroyed in that fire.
Oh, what year that was?
That was in the 1800s.
A little before your time. Just a little before your time.
Oh, boy. I can't touch that. See you. Thank you.
You're welcome. Yes, so you know how important Sandy Point was.
The question that one has to ask before you come to the young lady from Sustainable Empowerment, okay. Why were there four coastal fortifications built around Sandy Point? We mentioned from Charles Fort to Fort Charles. Brimstone Hill is the younger sister of Charles Fort. But before them, there was also Fort Hamilton. We'll talk about that. Why were there that concentration of 4 coastal fortifications in the Sandy Point area? Why? Another place in St. Kitts Nevis, can you find that? So when you mention over 500 warehouses, you understand? So all you hear are your Sandy Pointers believe why it is in that. A different story. Charlie, it's your turn.
Actually, I was told I'm creating a monster, because if y'all already have this sense of pride in Sandy Point, once people get to uncover all these things about Sandy Point, it's gonna be even worse. The Hub City gonna get bigger.
You're supposed to be proud of yourself in every way.
Yes.
Do you know that the Malalus came from Sandy Point?
I would imagine with the name Malalou. Yeah, the French.
A lot of the brainiacs in St. Kitts came out of Sandy Point. There was a reason for that. And we'll delve into that as we go along.
Yeah, can't give them all the information. You have to come on the tour. You have to get the tickets sold.
Okay. Yours, you up?
Okay, good morning again. My name is Charlene Gums. So, I am an officer for the Constituency Empowerment Department, and many may ask, we get involved with tourism with this. Okay. Firstly, constituency empowerment is all about enhancing lives, creating better environment, creating a closer community togetherness. And the initiative the guys came forward with, along with tourism, it's very good. It's an excellent one. It's been discussed, and everybody wants to be on board for something like this. Constituency empowerment would be glad to really take part in this because it will bring other outside communities, as she mentioned before, together. It's also a boost, I know, for small businesses as well, because small business too can come to the event, not just that Sunday on the 19th, but as time goes by. And they could display their craft as well. And another thing I wanted to add, and it just got out of my head, but I really wanted, it's very important, I wanted to mention that. Okay, so empowerment is not just with Sandy Point, where we're talking about presently, Fig Tree, Black Sand. It's also about different communities throughout the Federation. Right. And when they see such an event taking place, I would think that different communities would want to be a part of this. They don't have to do it for Sandy Point, but they could create it in their community. Saddlers, Old Road, New Ngwang, just saying.
Correct. And they don't have to do it the way Sandy Point did it, right? And that's what we're hoping, that this will be a spark that ignites it for other communities. Correct. As well, so that for me, being in tourism, visitors would have options when they come to St. Kitts. You don't have to stay in Frigate Bay. And if you come to St. Kitts and you only have a week and you didn't get to see everything, that's even more reason to come back. And repeat visitors are always best, right? So you don't have to market as much to a guest who has already been here as somebody convincing someone to come for the first time. So if they've come here and they experience something and they know that they didn't get to experience everything, they go back with that in mind and work towards it. And that's exactly what we want to do. Use this as a spark to ignite. And in speaking of fires, start a fire, but a different kind of fire that ignites the passions of our people to do more and be more part. Because tourism is about all of us. Everybody is involved. Sustainable tourism is about the locals first, then the visitors. That's why the Sustainable Destination Council that I represent, our tagline is good for us, better for all. If this is good for us, this event that we are creating, just imagine how much better it will be for those who are coming to visit and experience the destination. Okay. That's what we want to do.
And it's also going to be a boost for the bar owners as well.
Exactly.
You understand? And then I think, I don't see this event. I don't witness this event, how epic it's going to be. And I know Romdag and a link up bar, I ate from both of them, I drink from both of them, and then they won't be disappointed with the food. Everybody like the belly, including myself. I know good food, and there's a place to come on Sunday as well. And the ticket, I find the ticket will be very Cheap.
Reasonable.
Let's
Yes.
say inexpensive. We don't do cheap
Okay,
things.
not
cheap.
It's
No.
black sand event.
When a person
Affordable.
Affordable, exactly.
Affordable. A person might say
It's a deal.
$100, but then as it already advertised all that's all
You're gonna
that's
get.
all a music
Walk
festival
us
to
through.
me. This
walk
like
us
music
through,
festival.
For the person who may have just joined, or for those who have questions in the mind, what will they be getting for that $100?
They will be getting folklore. They will be getting good entertainment. They will be getting good food. They will be getting the great Socrates speaking about the history of Sandy Point. I really want to be there for that because I'm from Sandy Point.
Yeah, a lot of
Done
history
over
still
40.
don't know.
And
Imagine that, right?
some of it, when I hear Socrates speak about it, they are like, oh, I feel embarrassed because I can't say not mean certain things about Sandy
Exactly.
Point.
And that's sad though. To
Yeah,
me, that's sad. We're supposed to be aware of these things, you know?
Not only that, based on our ancestry, we have a tradition of our oral tradition passing on. We haven't been doing enough of that, passing on the stories. So this is an opportunity for us to share the story of Sandy Point and get to know, more about it, because we really need that sense of pride. I am proud to be a Kittitian. I've been to other places and we want to be other people when we go to other places. I want to be a Kittitian when I go, no matter how far I go. And I want, when they start to show the examples of what they have, I could say, well, in Saints we have this and that and that and that.
Yes, I'm
you
proud of
went
it.
to Sandy
Well,
Point, you went to this.
There's this
that's it.
aspect of that also, but before we get to that, I was speaking about what what are we offering apart from the good food and
the good
the
stories.
dog bite drink.
I know.
The tour, there's a tour
Just-
aspect of it, and we're asking those who were buying tickets. This is what
Yes.
you're getting. The tour leaves Pump Bay. We all assemble
Oui.
there. So for those who are driving, there's an area where you'll be able to park, and then you board the safaris.
Right.
We head up to Charles Fort, which a lot of folks know as a Lazaretto home.
Right.
And we do roughly about a 45 minute tour in there. A lot of folks from Sandy Point even have never been in there.
Inside.
They don't know from the area, they don't know it exists, what it was all about. So we start the tour in there. We work our way westwards. We speak about the Sandy Point Boys School as it was, and what the impact it had on education in St. Kitts. We go down to Downing Street. That was named after number 10 Downing Street in the UK. Why it was named that way? At the bottom of that is where you find Fort Hamilton, the first Catholic church and the first hospital down there. So we cover that. Just on the other side of the cemetery is where the slave market was. You may have known it as a pound yard. What about you?
I just learned it the other day.
I heard
That was a slave market.
That was a slave market, like
Right?
Independence Day.
Between Mount Hydro, that's where Ben Jacks is,
Right.
and Pump Bay. There were about 18 shops.
Exactly.
What drove that economic development? All those if you're from Crabbill by freight come down, count all those shops on the seaside area. Endless shops. And they served the community well because they had that economic activity out of Pump Bay.
Right, and the port would have
The
been
port.
active, so you
Yes.
would have had people coming through. A lot of people who left to go to the Dominican Republic, they would have left via Pump Bay
Yep.
because it's north. So that's where you would have had. And we talk about the Portuguese.
The Portuguese,
That's
yes.
how the Portuguese came in, right? So those kinds
Anguilla.
of things. And
The connection to Anguilla.
And Stacia.
Caesar, Steve, etc., all there. So that hub served the wider community.
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
So the tour covers all that. So you get the tour, you get the entertainment, you get the good food.
Right.
And for those who want to sample the dog bite, is a good. And then we make this a weekly event.
Right. And we also specifically chose the time because at this time of the year, the sun sets just off Pump Bay, right? And so once you finish the tour, you come back, you have a photo opportunity. These are things people pay big money for, right? Taking your photos as the sun dips. Just imagine capturing the flash.
The green flash.
The green
I'm yet
flash.
to see it.
So this might be the time. I mean, maybe we should have a competition who captures the green flash at the suns at the end of the tour, right? But we will have that opportunity for people to have photos taken in the black sand beach. So I mean, so many things you're getting out of this this event
I believe
is not to be missed.
I believe you made a mistake when you mentioned the outlets, the ticket outlets. Did you say EK?
Miniman.
E&K, Miniman.
That's
Oh,
Xylee.
Xylee.
E&K.
Oh, for clarification,
I'm
because
talking Bastard, you're talking
not
Xylee
EK.
Point.
Not
I'm trying to
EK.
figure out when did EK
E&K.
Okay, let me clarify.
Xylee.
It's E
and
and
K,
K.
Minimat.
Minimat.
for those in Sandy Point, not as Xylee.
Xylee or
And-
Caris.
okay.
I'll also like to mention he sponsored it too. You know what
Yes,
I mean?
he's
I
also
spoke-
making a
I
contribution to
personally
the
spoke
event.
to him and he told me he's on board. So
Yes.
big up to Xylee, you know?
Yeah.
Yes, he's on board with making a contribution. And for those who are in Sandy Point, show some of your Sandy Point pride, make a contribution.
Anybody else? What do you mean?
Also, Kenneth Douglas, the ambassador for number 5, he's also on board too. And he said the event should be. He's interested. I don't know if he's interested too about the storytelling as well.
You should be.
Exactly.
I've invited him to be a member of the Sandy Point Heritage Society.
Yes.
And he promised to come, but some people get busy sometimes.
Well, we're going to make sure he come on the 19th.
Yes.
Okay.
And he's also making a contribution to the event. Yes.
So let's ask, forget your right name, Ramdog. What have you yourself been doing?
Well, for the past 2 years, you know, we had this vision about Pump Bay also being a strip, you know, so took up the challenge, get some assistance, erect the building, but for me personally, what I would really like to see for Pump Bay is for it to be a direct destination. You got Reggae Beach, you got Frigate Bay, you got this Carambola, well, you also have Black Sand Strip. So it's an option, and we like it to be an option. So we have taxi bringing people back and forth and to see it develop, you know. But in the meantime, I just holding the fort, doing what I could do, what little I could do, you know.
You've done some cleanup?
Clean up, get some beach chairs, try to get some umbrellas, hoping also to see some more beach activities, you know, some jet skis. So it could be a little more fun. You just don't want to come down there now, you got down there some chairs to sit down and, oh, why is this? This is a strip, you know? So it must be some sort of beach activity, and that's what we like to see. Yeah, make it look like a ship. We got some jet skis flying across the beach. You get intrigued, you want to go on a jet ski, you want to snorkel. You know, the food and everything are already
Covered.
taken care of. From that. Yeah, so it's to bring a little more life to it. That's what-
I
a
can
little more
speak
life.
to a conversation I've had with Reg Francis. His intent is to build a third cruise pier in that area.
How soon?
Yeah, but I'm talking about his
Yeah.
intent. And that will feed directly into
Yes.
the pump thing because he spoke about that aspect.
Yeah, that's
He
a
wants
great idea. 'Cause that
know.
will be the closest beach, so to speak, you know?
I think it says it's about 90 months from start to completion, but is when he'll start.
Right.
So you have that. You have other persons with the intention of using the strip. Let's call it the Black Sand Strip. That
Exactly.
area, Pump Bay, Fig Tree, etc. And of course, you shouldn't not involve the persons living in the area. They have to be an integral part of it.
Yes.
And it will bring a sense of pride also to those who live there. They will assist with keeping it clean and welcoming visitors because we are very hospitable people
Yes.
in Sandy Point, in case Daniel don't know.
and another thing to be in there over the past 2 years, you know, a lot of tourists will pass through and will engage in conversation because, you know, want to know what they're up to. Or brought them down here and I'll ask them like, okay, well, brought you to Rumdog, and he'll be like, okay, well, you know, I've been here like 5 times now and I don't know, I already see Frigate by this, that, but I never seen this, I never seen that, you know. You got Black Sand, and like, they're so excited. So I myself are like, what? This thing really look like it could work, you know what I mean? Because we thought like, okay, they just want to see this beautiful white sand, but they also want to see the Black Sand. It's a part of our culture. And it so happen you got some rocks on the western side, some volcanic rocks.
Yep.
Yeah, tell them
Like
about
black rocks?
Like black rocks, yeah, you got some over there also. So I know within myself it could work. You know, 'cause they asked about it, they like the vibes. Some of them even came back. You know, they don't want to do the same thing all the time. Trust me.
You know what I like? While
Miss Gums.
what?
Miss Gums.
Miss Gums, Charlene, and I are government workers. I like the energy from Rumdog, from Bruce, private sector. I also heard Socrates mention another private interest being another private person being interested in developing. And what I like about that, because very often people are always waiting for government. When government gonna do this? When government gonna do that?
Yes.
Sometimes we need to get up and even
Help yourself.
it's just like help yourself. Start something and say, look, like when you go to the bank, people who are constructing tell me sometimes it's easier if you go to the bank, at least do the foundation and then go approach the bank.
Yeah.
It's
So
the
they can
same
see
thing.
where you're willing.
Right.
So
So start doing something and then say, government, look, we've already started. We need some help. You understand? Rather than sit back with your arms folded, saying I'm waiting.
Let's let Jamster take us downtown for another commercial break, and then we actually invite Jamster to the whole thing, make him part of it.
Yes.
What is it?
Yes, Jamster. And because he has a Sandy Point surname, you realize?
We're different. We're 98.9. 98.9. Win FM.
Magnum, my brand. Everybody put your Magnum in the air now. From you a drink Magnum, make me see. Take charge of things now your place now. From the river to the beach to the street. Hot Magnum when me have in a me hand there. He are a sipper, she tell me sweet. Look for me watch for your quick time check. Yeah. Right now a Magnum a for your beat. Enjoy yourself every day of the week with a Magnum. My life I forget sweeter. Must be 18 years and older to drink. Drink responsibly.
Let TDC Financial Services help you go for your goals. Whether you're thinking of taking that grand vacation, down payment on a house, higher education, TDC Financial Services has various plans that will allow you to go for your goals. Choose from the Accumulator Plus, Investment Starter Plan, and Fixed Deposit. Ready to go for your goals? Visit us at TDC Financial Services, where money is made easy.
To our viewers and listeners, welcome back to today's presentation of Voices. It's just about 11:47. We have a contribution from Mr. Valentine Monish. He questions when he's pointing out that we didn't mention the time of the start of the tour. We probably did, but it's 3 o'clock, sir. It's supposed to be 90 minutes roughly. We want to get back in time for 5, so we're going to leave Pump Bay at 3, head up to Charles Fort, and then backtrack down to cover Pump Bay from the overview, go up to Fort Charles and back. So 3 o'clock promptly starting off. So if you have your ticket, you're not there for 3 o'clock, sorry, we're going to leave you.
And we have a special gift for each person who purchases a ticket. I forgot to walk with it this morning. So we're also taking in the planet aspect. So it's
let me just get this in, please, because Chris Collins is all about the culinary.
Yes.
Put it delicately, right?
I hope he's flying down.
Right, so want to say good morning to Chris Collins and to Rosemary Donnelly, the folks who normally log on and make the contribution. So happy Monday to you guys. Rosemary said she forgot because the time changed over in the US. Right, Jennifer in Atlanta. and the whole crew up there, welcome to another presentation of Voices. So yes, we're building the Black Sand Strip. So next time you're in the town, we want to take you down to that experience. It's good food. You're going to have entertainment weekly. It's going to be a Sunday event.
Right.
We will build on it. We're taking responsibility. And with the partnership that we have so far, it's just a matter of building, inviting, and making it, as Rum Dog says, a destination.
That's right.
That's right.
So we have silence, so we're talking some more.
Interestingly, one of the things recently had an event for the Sustainable Destination Council to look at projects that we can work on. Socrates was a part of the exercise. We were trying to determine what should be our next project. This Pump Bay Strip area was actually listed as one of the projects people had to choose, and it was chosen within the top 6 projects that we should work on. So
and they volunteered me for it?
Exactly, right? We had about 20 different ideas, and this got chosen in the top 6. It means people see the need for us to develop this area. So it's not just you who are there. There are people outside who believes it is a viable project and we should work on it. So I believe that, with the right support we've gotten off, we have a start, but it will continue to flourish and thrive once we continue to get the support.
The fishermen also, they have an occasion there.
Mm-hmm.
I was there, probably 8-10 months ago? Over a year ago, actually.
Oh, man, about 2 years back.
2 years.
That before you were down.
Okay, and I was taking photographs, and it was like a lobster, a shellfish.
Yeah.
And it was a success, so I was surprised they didn't do it again.
But actually, I thought the president of the
Major
corp
Wilkins
mentioned that he wants to do a shellfish festival in December.
In December, yes. There's a date. There's a date assigned to it.
December 3rd.
December 3rd?
Yes,
okay.
And that's another Sunday, so people can also look forward to that. Having come to this event, the next big event, not that you're not going to go on another Sunday, but the next big event is the Shellfish Festival on the 3rd of December. I'm looking forward to that.
Yes.
Okay. We have the opening event, and you mentioned a number of activities, entertainers, etc. What can you say about the entertainment going forward after the launch on the 19th?
Well, to be honest, you asked me a question what I was doing earlier. Well, also, I do like every Sunday, I got like a little DJ and stuff just to entertain the place. So I want to continue with that and put it on a grander scale, Got at least more live entertainment inside
I
the
am
DJ
more inclined with the live entertainment. You have that interaction. There's I don't want to bash anybody. There's a DJ who operates at a certain entertainment spot, and nobody knows his voice. He comes on, he sets up, and throughout he doesn't say one word. And there's not a word. Some folks went there after and they mentioned it. They said, did he introduce himself? Nothing. Didn't say a word.
No, that's not what we want. We want interaction.
We want
engagement.
interaction. We have some young, dynamic persons in this band. What do you call it? The
explosive band.
Right? Young guys in school, and so we want to give them a platform to grow, and that would be the ideal homegrown experience. You can have others, but I prefer the live entertainment.
Yeah,
we're also going to have the masquerades. And I laugh because I was trying to find a masquerade group in Sandy Point, and Jason said to me, "How do you mean a masquerade group? I live in Sandy Point." So yes,
he lives Sandy
told
Point
me.
now.
He told me
He
Jason
lives
from
Clever Hill.
Balance Masquerade.
He lives Clever Hill now.
Okay.
Yes, he said, "No, well, I live Sandy Point, so I should be considered." I said,
and he has a big group as well.
Yeah, and so I said, okay, we'll get that masquerade, because masquerades tell the history of St. Kitts. So it's very useful if you're telling the history of the entire St. Kitts. The Makajumbies tell the Sandy Point specific story, right? And then we can have the Bull Troop that has started in Sandy Point, those kinds of things. We want that. And for example, people might be sitting down right now, they have ideas, but they have not explored them. But now that they recognize there's an opportunity for them, they can revive the skills, they can pull the groups together. So I don't need to look somewhere else for a group for the next big event. Because now in Sandy Point, they will start the practicing again, or the sharing of passing down the information, because we know the older heads know these things. Passing it down and getting the younger people involved, so you'll have the groups Now you'll have groups vying. You'll have to tell some people, well, we're going to have to do a rotation because so many groups will be there. That is what we would like to see.
You mentioned that somebody mentioned about the oral history, that will pass on. Migration somewhat interrupted that.
Yeah.
But also there are two aspects of the information that's now available. I spoke to the wife of the widow of Charles Mills, who the name, and she got me a lot of information. I also spoke to Mr. Calvin Patrick Ferrier, got a lot of information. I also spoke to teacher Anne, she's now pushing 102, an educator all her life. And most of the things I asked about, she did not know. Because the churches who were then in charge of education until whatever year, they didn't teach that history to us. We were not supposed to know that aspect of our history.
No.
So what we know today mainly come from research.
Right.
You asked about Pump Bay, about certain things. That they were not supposed to teach us about our history. So it's our responsibility to find out and re-educate ourselves as I have the page called The Story of Sandy Point. It's huge. And there are many people out there in the diaspora said, wait, I didn't know that a lot, and they contribute because they want to be part of that. So we are now creating a platform where we could even have storytelling.
Exactly.
Come and share what you know.
And that is something that we wanted to be a part of this event, storyteller. So aside from the tour, it could have been a storyteller. And I'm still exploring that possibility because I know, for example, someone like Jacinth Henry Martin, the ambassador, she has written several poems that was set in Sandy Point. So she will mention the names of Miss this and that and all the nicknames because I know that.
There's also Sonny Jim from Sandy Point.
Right. And
by Dr. Henderson.
Right. So those kind of things, we want those as part of the story. But when you spoke about the oral history, what it reminds me of is the role constituency empowerment comes through knowledge. And so those people who are doing the education, they educated you to a certain level. Knowing the history would have empowered you. Yeah. Right? And so this is an opportunity to empower the people in the area.
You mentioned, I just forgot the name, who wrote the books. Will he be making a presentation?
Mr. Stapleton.
Not Stapleton.
Which one?
The one who used to work at the Fortress.
Yeah, Cameron Gill.
Cameron Gill.
I invited him to have his books.
His books, yes.
Available. He said he's going to try to see if he can get some, because those that he had have sold out. But I would want him to be there. Maybe we can look at the possibility, because we didn't want it to be too much speechifying. Maybe something brief mentioning the work he would have done in terms of the research. So that is something I can run by him as well.
And it would be a good thing to be able to have his books and his literature on display throughout at the bars down there.
Right.
Because we're still telling the story of Sandy Point.
I actually have one of his books.
Which one?
I can't remember the name. When Constituency Empowerment, this year, we had a tour at Constituency Empowerment Department where we went to the island, and he showed us different stuff. He spoke on different topics.
Mr. Stapleton?
Yes.
Not Mr. Gill, yeah.
We're talking about
Mr. Leonard Stapleton.
What if I get mixed up? No, Mr. Stapleton.
Right, Leonard Stapleton.
Okay. Yeah, he was very, very good, especially when he come down Sunny Point to the, like Socrates mentioned.
What do you call Sunny Point?
I call Sandy Point from the beginning of
Sandy Point.
No, that is
now we dialect Sandy Point.
Sandy Point.
Yeah, you're going to Sandy Point, come out.
Sandy Point.
And I would like to let you know that Mr. Stapleton is a member of the Sustainable Destination Council. He calls himself our VP at large. He's with the group. He focuses on projects.
The things that he taught us that day. I think we had 2 days with him.
Yeah.
And I want to know he just got all these years and dates if they just program. Especially when we come into New Ngwang, like, I must remember the country ones then, right? But he was giving us all Basti and all these things coming up by the church, the courthouse and all these things. Some of them I could remember. I might not remember his dates. But some of the little stories.
Events, yes.
Yeah, and we were in the bus. So to speak, we were on the bus and we asked myself, like, so much things happening we hearing about because they're telling us this in school.
We're not supposed to know our history from
and it's very sad. It's very sad. It's very sad.
You were saying?
Yeah, also, the older folks, you know, 'cause as I said, I got a little DJ boy maybe Sunday, but he'll generate more younger people, and the older folks will meet me and ask me, like, hey, Bruce, how come you don't got nothing for us? You know, you could get something for us. So,
Live entertainment.
Live entertainment before that, you know.
This is going to be the focus of what we're doing, having live entertainment. As I say, I found out from Stella there 2 bands now without just one.
Yes.
Pardon, yes. Wow.
I just want to mention Mr. Body, who is the director of the Urban Development Unit. He made it a point to let me know he's a member of the Sustainable Destination Council, and he is a Sandy Pointer too.
There you go.
And his office is very much interested in the rollout of this tour and the event. So we are getting support. This is Ron Body.
Ron Body, okay, yeah.
Yes.
We're actually a neighbor.
Kwame's son.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly.
More title, that ends.
So we have support coming. And we also have support from Department of Culture, Director of Culture, Pierre Liebert. He is on board with us. And where's he from? Sandy Point. We're also getting support from Austin Jeffario. He's also from...
Where's he from?
Sandy Point. Right? So we are getting the support. We have support in all the right places. And we just want people to come out.
I need for you guys to tell me that you're going to stay after the newscast, because we'll open the phone lines then and have people actively contribute, okay? But at this point in time, we do have to break for the Win FM's midday newscast.
WINN is 98.9. 98.9 is Win FM.
We now bring you the headline news. The headline news is brought to you by Caribbean Alliance, KDP Enterprises, The Grange, and Carib Brewery.
Shipping your cargo shouldn't be a hassle. It can be as easy as a single call to Amerijet International, your worldwide cargo transportation solution. We provide all the services you need to ship your goods anywhere in the world, whether your shipment is fresh, frozen, large or small, alive or hazardous. You can count on Amerijet to deliver it safe and sound. Amerijet International, by land, sea or air, we get it there. For more information, visit us online at www.amerijet.com or call us at KDP Enterprises at 466-9595.
When it comes to the important things in life, your health, your education, your choice of a life partner, and of course your insurance provider, only the best will do. Caribbean Alliance Insurance is the only insurance company in the Eastern Caribbean with an A excellent rating. We have a robust 3-tier reinsurance strategy that protects our policyholders from multiple catastrophes, even if they occur in quick succession. We spread our risks over 18 territories, ensuring minimal impact to individual territories when a disaster strikes. We provide an excellent claims experience. Claim settlement is usually between 24 to 48 hours. Our A excellent rating means that you are more secure with us. Contact us for motor, property, marine, public liability, employer's liability, and other policies. Dalil Walwyn, people you can trust. Local agent for Caribbean Alliance Insurance. Tomorrow secured.
Maybe it's the way the brilliant gold liquid reflects our sunshine, or how the bright blue of its label mirrors the clear Caribbean skies overhead. Maybe it's the fresh, crisp taste of this beastly cold beer on a scorching hot day. Maybe it's even the way it brings us all together. But one thing is for sure, Carib is very much a part of who we are wherever we're from in the Caribbean. Carib, it's the way we play. Drink responsibly.
Did you know that the Grange Healthcare Facility is the first purpose-built, non-governmental healthcare organization on St. Kitts? It's situated at Otley's, 7 miles east of Basseterre in beautifully landscaped surroundings. The Grange has a team of highly trained professionals and provides care that's rated as being comparable with UK and North American standards. The Grange offers varied accommodations to suit your individual needs, and our all-inclusive packages make the cost of care per hour the most competitive on the island. Services include convalescent care for all ages, daycare facilities for older adults, rehabilitation services services, and training and continuing education for healthcare providers. For more information, call 466-5525 or 465-8020. Fax 466-8221 or email thegrangehealth@gmail.com or visit our website at www.grangehealthcarefacility.com.
With the Win FM headline news, I am Yulana Weeks. Locally, United States announces nearly $485 million in additional humanitarian assistance for the Western Hemisphere. Passenger bus robbery under police investigation. Devin Richardson charged with attempting to pervert the course of justice. Police lay multiple charges against Edison Taylor. The details and more straight ahead. President Biden announced at the America's Partnership for Economic Prosperity Leaders Summit nearly $485 million in additional humanitarian assistance to respond to the needs of refugees, migrants, and other vulnerable populations across the Western Hemisphere, including those displaced across Latin America and the Caribbean and by the political and economic crisis in Venezuela. This life-saving assistance includes more than $310 million through the Department of State's Bureau of Population, Refugees, and Migration, and more than $174 million through the United States Agency for International Development. This funding advances the goals of the Los Angeles Declaration on Migration and Protection to foster responsibility sharing, stability, and assistance for affected communities, and complements the efforts of the endorsing countries that have generously supported them. The United States is proud to be the largest single donor of humanitarian assistance for the Western Hemisphere. In the past 2 years, the United States has provided more than $2.1 billion in humanitarian assistance for the region. The United States implements rigorous safeguards against diversion of funds and other risks and works through trusted organizations that ensure assistance reaches those who need it. We are committed to working collaboratively with governments, civil society, international organizations, and other partners to help protect displaced persons and migrants in situations of vulnerability, to address the root causes of irregular migration and displacement, and to humanely manage migration in the Western Hemisphere. We urge other donors to help support the humanitarian response in the region. The police have charged Devin Richardson, alias Bucky Gattit of Old Road, St. Kitts, on 8 warrants in the first instance for attempting to pervert the course of justice. The offenses were committed between October 6 and 16, 2023. Richardson was charged at the Bastia Police Station on November 4, 2023, according to a statement from the Royal St. Christopher and Nevis Police Force. The police did not provide details on the exact charge. However, perverting the course of justice is a very broad charge. Perverting the course of justice is an offense committed when a person prevents justice from being served on themselves or on another party. The police are investigating a robbery that occurred in Bellevue, St. Kitts on November 3, 2023. The incident occurred between 11:30 p.m. and 12 a.m. Preliminary inquiries suggest that a bus driver from Bastia was robbed by a male and a female who posed as passengers on his bus. When the driver stopped in the area of Black Rocks to let them off, the two assailants accosted him and forced him out of the bus before driving away in it. The vehicle was later found ransacked and abandoned on a dirt road in the Estridge area. The crime scene unit of the Royal St. Christopher and Nevis Police Force processed the scene and collected some items of evidential value. The general public will be updated appropriately as the investigation progresses. Should anyone have information regarding this and or other criminal matters, the Royal St. Christopher and Nevis Police Force encourages you to call the nearest police station or the Crime Stoppers hotline at 707. The police have charged Edison Taylor of Charlestown, Nevis, age 64, on 3 warrants in the first instance, with 2 counts of malicious damage and 1 count of attempted murder. The offenses were committed on May 9, 2023. Mr. Taylor's charges were laid at the Cotton Ground Police Station on November 2, 2023. Regionally,
the government owes the business community, and by extension the public, an explanation regarding the repercussions of the suspension of the TT dollar by the Bank of Jamaica. This from Couva South MP Rudy Indar Singh, who spoke at a press conference earlier.
Are businesses in Jamaica planning to reduce or have already reduced their volume of trade with Trinidad and Tobago? What does this mean for local manufacturers who ship to Jamaica?
Guardian Media also reached out to Trade Minister Paula Gopi-Skoon for a comment. However, the minister indicated that she was currently in China. Meanwhile, the Confederation of Regional Business Chambers is expressing concern about the move from the Bank of Jamaica. It also agreed that there should be intervention from the TT government.
The Confederation of Regional Business Chambers is also making a call for the governments of Trinidad and Tobago to hold a bilateral meeting as urgent as possible with the government of Jamaica, with the aim of finding a methodology and a pathway to resolve this problem.
Guardian Media also reached out to Kiran Maharaj, president of the TNT Chamber of Industry and Commerce. She says the chamber does not have sufficient information to say whether this suspension can have negative implications.
We have to respect the decision of the BOJ as the banker and financial agent of the government of Jamaica. We are certain, however, that our government will reach out to their counterparts in Jamaica for clarification, and we await feedback and further information from both the BOJ and our own government.
Last Friday, the Bank of Jamaica issued a notice announcing the temporary suspension in the exchange of the TT dollar at its banking counter. Geisha Kaulesa Alonso, Sensi 3 News.
The International Court of Justice has announced that it will hold public hearings in the Guyana versus Venezuela case on the 14th of November to deal specifically with Guyana's request to block a number of questions in Venezuela's upcoming referendum on the border controversy. In a statement, the ICJ explained that Guyana, in its request, said the government of Venezuela, through its National Electoral Council, has published a list of 5 questions that it intends to put before the people of Venezuela in a consultative referendum to take place on the 3rd of December. The ICJ said, according to the applicant, Guyana, the purpose of the referendum is to obtain responses that would support Venezuela's decision to abandon the current proceedings before the court and to resort instead to unilateral measures to resolve the controversy with Guyana by formally annexing and integrating into Venezuela all of the territory at issue in the proceedings, which comprises more than 2/3 of Guyana. The court said the hearings will take place at the Peace Palace in The Hague. Guyana has asked the ICJ to hear its application as a matter of urgency ahead of the planned December 3rd referendum. Guyana and a number of international organizations have rejected the planned Venezuelan referendum, which the government of Guyana believes could be used to annex Guyana's Essequibo region. Guyana decided to seek the provisional measures to block the questions in the referendum, since the matter on the border controversy remains before the International Court of Justice. In the initial stage of the substantive case before the ICJ, Venezuela questioned the court's jurisdiction to hear and determine the border matter. The court dismissed Venezuela's objection and has moved ahead with the case. The government of Guyana has said that it has no doubt of the validity of the arbitral award and the land boundary which Venezuela accepted and recognized as the international boundary for more than 60 years. Earlier this week, Prime Minister of Guyana, Mark Phillips, appeared before the Permanent Council of the Organization of American States to inform the OAS of the latest with Venezuela and the border controversy. He also raised the issue of the referendum and Guyana's move to the International Court of Justice.
We're therefore vigilant
of the intentions and implications of the impending referendum. Venezuela could be seeking to establish the foundations for actions aimed at the annexation of 2/3 of Guyana's territory, although the matter of the resolution of the controversy is quite properly before the ICJ. Coupled with the decision to correct, it is confirmed that Venezuela has significantly increased its military forces and equipment on its border with Guyana. While the position of the government of Venezuela, which was communicated to Guyana, is that the security forces have been mobilized on the border to curb illegal mining, there have also been reports of the Venezuelan military building a landing strip in a zone near to the Essequibo region. No explanation about the airstrip has been provided to the government of Guyana, but it is clear that it is the intention of that state to increase rhetoric on the controversy and drive fear in the Guyanese population.
Other members of the OAS also made clear their support of Guyana.
My government supports Guyana's sovereign right to develop its own natural resources. The United States finds efforts to infringe upon Guyana's sovereignty unacceptable. The United States supports a peaceful resolution to this issue, whether through the decision of an international judicial body or agreement of the parties. With this in mind, we call on Venezuela to respect international law, including the 1899 arbitral award, as well as the ongoing International Court of Justice process between Guyana and Venezuela.
CARICOM reaffirms that international law strictly prohibits the government of one state from unilaterally seizing, annexing, or incorporating territory of another state. An affirmative vote, as aforesaid, opens the door to the possible violation of this fundamental tenet of international law. It is to be emphasized that the land and water in question, the Essequibo region of Guyana, comprises more than 2/3 of the whole of Guyana itself. CARICOM notes that language of 2 questions approved to be posed in a referendum seeks an affirmation and implementation of Venezuela's stance on the issue by all means according to and within the law.
CARICOM, the OAS, and the Commonwealth have all come out in full support of Guyana and have effectively rejected the referendum and Venezuela's claims to Guyana's territory.
Internationally,
rescuers continued to search for survivors in the rubble of collapsed buildings on Monday, as the scale of the damage caused by Nepal's worst earthquake in 8 years became clear. Since Friday's quake, thousands of buildings in Jajakot and the neighbouring Rukun West district have collapsed or developed cracks, making them uninhabitable. Sifting through the debris and trying to retrieve what's left, Pavitra Cholongiri is when it comes to what the future holds for her and her family.
We have nothing left. Dust from the debris is entering our noses and mouths. We can't see properly due to the dust. We have dust in our ears. What do we do? We are in a very bad situation. The children are complaining that they are hungry. We don't have a place to stay, nor food to eat, or clothes to wear. No one is looking after us.
Nepal police spokesperson Kuba Kadiat said authorities would keep looking for survivors, then quickly address relief and rehabilitation for affected families. The government treats the injured free of charge. In Kathmandu, the government said it would make immediate arrangements for shelter, food and safety for displaced families, and provide $1,500 to the families of each of those killed as immediate relief. Some survivors in Kiuri, who belong to the untouchable Dalit community, according to Nepal's Hindu customs, said no government representative had yet visited or offered help. Survivors said they heard loud noises of collapsing buildings soon after the quake struck. The quake had a magnitude of 6.4, according to Nepal's National Seismological Center, while the US Geological Survey measured it at 5.6. It was the country's deadliest since 2015. Then, some 9,000 people were killed by two quakes that reduced whole towns and centuries-old temples to rubble and destroyed more than 1 million homes at a cost of at least $6 billion.
Germany's Hamburg airport was able to reopen and restart service on Sunday, hours after a hostage standoff involving a child was over. Police arrested a 35-year-old man and rescued a 4-year-old girl, who is the daughter of the suspect and was thought to be involved in a custody dispute. Police said a man who was suspected of carrying a gun and possibly explosives drove a vehicle through the gates of the airport on Saturday night. The incident shut down one of Germany's busiest aviation hubs. The suspect eventually got out of his car with his daughter, police said, was arrested without resistance. The girl appeared to be unharmed. The episode raised concerns over security at the airport. Less than 4 months ago, climate activists had been able to breach barriers and get onto a runway, blocking planes from takeoff.
That was the WINNFM Headline News. The Headline News was brought to you by Caribbean Alliance, KDP Enterprises, The Grange, and Caribou.
Did you know that the Grange Healthcare Facility is the first purpose-built, non-governmental healthcare organization on St. Kitts? It's situated at Otley's, 7 miles east of Basseterre in beautifully landscaped surroundings. The Grange has a team of highly trained professionals and provides care that's rated as being comparable with UK and North American standards. The Grange offers varied accommodations to suit your individual needs, and our all-inclusive packages make the cost of care per hour the most competitive on the island. Services include convalescent care for all ages, daycare facilities for older adults, rehabilitation services, and training and continuing education for healthcare providers. For more information, call 466-5525 or 465-8020. Fax 466-8221 or email thegrangehealth@gmail.com or visit our website at www.grangehealthcarefacility.com.
With over a century of perfection behind the Mackeson name, a smooth blend with perfect balance and richness, it's no wonder Mackeson Triple Stout has a legacy of perfection. Enjoyed the world over. Introducing our new look with the same great taste. Mackeson. All hail the king.
Please drink responsibly.
When it comes to the important things in life, your health, your education, your choice of a life partner, and of course your insurance provider, only the best will do. Caribbean Alliance Insurance is the only insurance company in the Eastern Caribbean with an A excellent rating. We have a robust 3-tier reinsurance strategy that protects our policyholders from multiple catastrophes, even if they occur in quick succession. We spread our risks over 18 territories, ensuring minimal impact to individual territories when a disaster strikes. We provide an excellent claims experience. Claim settlement is usually between 24 to 48 hours. Our A excellent rating means that you are more secure with us. Contact us for motor, property, marine, public liability, employer's liability, and other policies. Dalil Walwyn, people you can trust. Local agent for Caribbean Alliance Insurance. Tomorrow secured.
Shipping your cargo shouldn't be a hassle. It can be as easy as a single call to Amerijet International, your worldwide cargo transportation solution. We provide all the services you need to ship your goods anywhere in the world, whether your shipment is fresh, frozen, large or small, alive or hazardous. You can count on Amerijet to deliver it safe and sound. Amerijet International, by land, sea or air, we get it there. For more information, visit us online at www.amerijet.com or call us at KDP Enterprises at 466-9595.
We're different. We're 98.9. 98.9. Win FM. Win FM weather.
Did you really think cybersecurity was just not for you? Think again. The threat is real and everyone can fall. It's time to get ready and protect your business. At Cable and Wireless Business, we are the top local partner with global cybersecurity expertise. Cybercrime will not stop us. Visit stopthenextattack.com for more.
It's 12:23, and the weather is brought to you by Cable and Wireless Business. And at present, we've got available moisture and instability associated with a trough. I'd like to increase the chance of showers across the area. So today's weather is partly cloudy with a 60% or moderate chance of showers. Tonight, we're looking at also partly cloudy conditions with a 60% or moderate chance of showers and winds east to southeast at 10 to 23 clicks per hour or 6 to 14 miles per hour. Seas 1.2 to 1.5 meters or 4 to 5 feet. Sunset today will be at 5:38 p.m. and sunrise tomorrow will be at 6:11 a.m. We're looking at a temperature, a high of 90 degrees Fahrenheit, and tonight's low, 73 degrees Fahrenheit. That's your weather brought to you by Cable and Wireless Business. It's 12:24. Voices continues right after. The second half of Voices is brought to you by Hosfords.
Did you really think cybersecurity was just not for you? Think again. The threat is real and everyone can fall. It's time to get ready and protect your business. At Cable and Wireless Business, we are the top local partner with global cybersecurity expertise. Cybercrime will not stop us. Visit stopthenextattack.com for more.
We're different. We're 98.9. 98.9. Win FM.
Hosfords Value Mart IGA special.
Running November 2nd to November 15th.
The more you shop, the more you save.
In November, get double points on dairy and frozen items.
Now, our Value Club Blue Tag specials. Essential Everyday Mayonnaise, $17.99. Arm & Hammer Liquid Detergent, $34.99. IGA Margarine, $23.99. IGA and Essential Everyday Frozen Waffles, $10.99. Blue Bunny Ice Cream, $22.99. Pringles chips, just $9.99. And now, our very low weekly
value deals. Gatorade's $4.49. Dunkin' Cake Mixes, $6.99. Arm & Hammer Toothpaste, $14.99. Essential Vitamins, $44.99. Malto-Meal Bagged Cereals, $12.99. Minute Maid Punches, $8.99. Shop Smart, Shop Value Mart, and get double points for more rewards today.
Continuamos en el mes de noviembre con los puntos dobles y las recompensas. Sea listo y haga sus compras aquí en Value Mart.
Good afternoon. Welcome to the second half of today's presentation of Voices. You may have noted my voice is a little gravelly. It's the time of the year when I lose my voice. I don't know what's going on with it. But yes, we're back with 2/3 of the party that we started with. Ms. Taylor stepped away for a few minutes. She'll be back. In the meantime, we have the young lady from
Constituency Empowerment.
The
Department of Constituency
Yes,
Empowerment.
and by the way, the lines are open. We're going to get the lines open just in case folks want to call, interrupt us with their questions, etc. We don't mind at all because the program is all about you. The numbers to call for those who are listening is 466-0989, 662-0989. From Father Fields in the UK is 033-044-0065. From New York City, 718-285-6948. From Florida, 305-921-4619, but locally is 466-0989. The query that we started with just now was about other vendors who may want to come to the event. How do we accommodate them? We have persons who are actually contributing to that development in terms of the two bar owners. How would we entertain other persons who want to come and say set up? Should be their an initial price to them to contribute because we're looking funds for building the restrooms, etc. They should be able to make a contribution to that, to be part of that experience. We know a person who may want to just piggyback on the event, etc. We're thinking we can't turn people away, but there has to be a conversation as how we incorporate them into this experience. What are your thoughts?
I agree, because as you say, it's an event to raise funds. And I personally don't think it's fair for persons to come to the event to sell. You can, but I would think that you would want to pay a cost.
A contribution.
A contribution.
Towards.
What the cost is at this moment, I don't know. That's something they would have to discuss. Yeah, but I would think at any event, it's a fundraiser. And clearly, you cannot come to sell for a foundation like that. Okay? Not let me say foundation, for an event like that, because we are trying to raise funds.
Mm-hmm.
You understand? But you can come. I would think that you can come if you're going to pay a cost. The cost will be the contribution. The contribution, because you might have your table, you might have a whole tent. You understand? Where you're going to be making your little extra little funds as well.
And we invite that because we want the whole experience to be all-inclusive.
Grand,
But,
yes.
say we're selling, for example, barbecue. A person just can't come up and set up a barbecue grill next to what we're doing there and be allowed to do so. So that conversation would have to be had before. The predetermined fees, we have to find out what there is, who is paid to, who will have the say as to what happens there. Would it be your office? Would it be tourism? Would it be... we have to trust this in love.
It is something that have to be discussed before announced. It will be discussed.
Surely.
Yeah, it will be discussed. Before the event, of course, it will be discussed.
And the event is on the 19th of this month.
Yes.
We are on the 6th day, so 13 days? I'm not too good at math.
Let me put it out like this. I would think by Friday, they should have an idea what they will be doing for the event.
So how do we inform the public again? We come back on the media?
They will come back, and I will put it for tourism.
For tourism?
To
Put it out
discuss,
there?
yeah. So I would think that she will come back and discuss that.
Clarify it, you know?
But we will have an idea by Friday.
I would recommend another presentation by radio. A lot of folks say they don't listen to radio, but this is a medium for a lot of folks to be informed across the globe because people listen to us all around. But locally, people are in tune and somebody will tell somebody to tell somebody. So whatever the various platforms of marketing, we'll maximize them. Don't want to offend anybody. We want to build it, not just around the two bars because there's one adjacent there. They too should be part of the conversation. We mentioned not the lobster, the shellfish thing that they had there. Not everybody was able to come and join in. It was unique to the Fishermen's Corp of that particular point, and it was very well attended. Okay, so we want to invite the public to weigh in on this topic. The numbers to call are 4660989. We are discussing the launch and the development of the Black Sand Strip in Pump Bay and Fig Tree. Numbers to call are 4660989, 6620989, and from the UK, Chris Collins and Company, 033-044-0065. From the New York area, 718-285-6983. Sorry, 6948. And we take this caller. Good to call you live on Voices.
Greetings, Kingston. Thanks for taking the call.
Most certainly.
And thanks for the information flowed so far. We're extending the greetings to your guests. We wish to wish you all the best, in your activities, Okay, we are here in cleaning up. But there's a problem right around the island. Last year go right through. It is called littering. Yeah?
I hear you.
We put it bluntly and call it nastiness, What you all are doing to deter this, and if not doing anything, don't you think that you all should include that within your activities going forward? Because we are the land of beauty. We are the lands of beauty. And while we are on that, Sandy Point, when you're going out of Sandy Point, I'm going down to the St. Paul area. You just before and entering Newton Ground, we hear the word tourism. There's a road, forest, that carries you to Mount Lyamigo, which is very popular. Lots of people go travel on that road to go to the mount. On both sides of the road is small. It's a concrete road going right up to the top. It's a farming community also. So the road is busy, with tourism thing and everything. On both sides of the road is in dire need of cleaning. Not to talk about I have to discuss with the minister concerning that and security also. I mean, you have a site up like that, and you don't have no security in place. The other day, Chinaman test us and get lost intentionally to find out how the system steer. Obviously, when he went in, and we know that was the plan. So, I would like these things to be considered. Yeah? Once again, we wish your group all the best going forward with your activities and other activities. Blessed love.
Thank you very much for that contribution.
We're looking for the response concerning what we ask.
Okay. This is a person who don't mind being identified. He's constantly been speaking about the general sanitation around the Bassi area. He's very upset that certain things are allowed to continue. The area that he just pointed out, I know the area. I've not traveled that road for a while, but I have to take his word on what is happening there. The relevant body is a frame, a term I use oftentimes. I hope they're listening and would be cognizant of the impact of that, as not only because of tourism, but our general presentation as a destination. I have a similar concern, which I've aired here many, many times, about the overgrowth of the shrubbery on the way to the southeast in the vicinity of the, pause on that?
I would like to respond to that.
Okay.
On the way to the Southeast Peninsula,
Yes.
we actually have a project that is going to be addressing that this week. As a matter of fact, I should be back at the office trying to finalize the details of the crews that are going to be cleaning up for this week. Southeast Peninsula Tourism has taken the responsibility to get the area cleared. What I would like to point out, as the caller would have pointed out, we're not supposed to be doing these things for visitors. We're supposed to be doing it for ourselves first. And that's what sustainable tourism is about. We focus on us, the residents and citizens, and the visitors get the benefit, the added value of what we would have done for ourselves. And as he pointed out, we need to have people being more aware of these things. I mean, the trees, yes, that's different because they grow and they should be trimmed regularly. But the garbage is something that's different and right, and it needs to be addressed. Our council has been working on it. We are the council that deals with Plastic Free July. When we get involved in Plastic Free July, we end up dealing with all sorts of other garbage, right?
Fridge, stove.
All sorts of things. We ended up at one point, in the height of COVID, we were out doing a cleanup in the ponds area. So when people were not sure how this COVID thing would work, we had a cleanup exercise that took us into the Bastia Valley, the protected area, the Royal Bastia Valley, cleaning up. And you would be surprised. And what I found, it totally floored me. We saw garbage with an address, like a barrel and box, with an address in St. Paul's. Now, if you're going to leave St. Paul's and reach as far as the Royal Bastia Valley National Park, then you might as well have gone to Connery.
But oftentimes we hear that people would pay persons to get rid of the garbage and they would dump them elsewhere.
Right.
So that's also a factor.
So we've been working on the awareness. We've been partnering. One of the members of the council, because we have members from government offices as well as the private sector, is the Department of Environment. And we have been working with them. They've been doing a lot of awareness, and we are also continuing. And interestingly, this month is also the month of sustainability, right? Okay. And sustainability comes through our being aware of our planet. And for tourism, if there's no environment, there's no tourism, right?
There's also another area identified with the same challenge. In the area, if you're coming from Christchurch area, that overgrowth, it will be just. Let's take the caller. I'll call you live on Voices.
Good afternoon, Mr. Hodge. How are you today,
Good afternoon. How
sir?
are you, Leo? I'm okay.
I'm very well, thanks. Likewise, you said about the person. A lot of us, more than enough, voice are always echoed about the sanitation of this nation. And until they find it necessary to clean this place up, they must not sing that chorus line, Land of Beauty. And I'm serious about it. The Southeast Peninsula, the person, your guest, who just mentioned in the studio, I am happy to know that there is somebody, and he's only now taking responsibility of the Southeast Peninsula, after already knock off people mirror because the bush and the grass which hide in the line along the road have been hidden, and the bush now look like another tunnel. I don't know what's coming down from Timothy Hill, coming down away from Timothy Hill. Had knocked off people's mirror. And when someone's trying to drive like an American on the other side of the road to avoid their vehicle from getting lashed on the bushes, and I've said this many times, but I am very happy to hear there is someone who will become responsible. What the person said is correct. We're not just doing it for tourism. We're doing it for ourselves. We need to find people who are and will be responsible and commit themselves to clean, because if you ask me, I will do it. I got tools, I got machine, I do a lot in my neighborhood, but I don't have to speak about that, because if I live in the neighborhood and it doesn't look good to me, I will clean it because I live there. So when I walk the street and you walk my neighborhood, you know who I am from my appearance in the public. But obviously speaking, this must be done and continue being done every time, whenever necessary. Because a long time ago, something would have happened to the area, and I'm not going to speak about it because nobody seems to be responsible because people have houses behind them brush. They're not really careful. They're not threatened. They don't really care what could happen. My friend, he could get dry one day, and the sun ignites something in the road, in the street, in the brush, and there you go, a fire. So they got to be more serious about this. And I'm happy to hear, again, like I said, once again, that somebody's finding it necessary to be responsible.
I second that.
And if you need my help, notify me. I will be.
You are hereby notified, Leo. I disagree. This is Daniel. So, of course, all of us benefit from the Southeast Peninsula. So, it's not just government coming on board. We are looking for partners.
About government.
Hello, Leo. I did not say you said government. I am speaking in general terms. I was not speaking about you specifically. I was saying that all of us, because I noticed you said they need to clean it up. It's all of us who need to keep it clean because it belongs.
The people who have property behind the brush.
Okay.
Because the land is being sold to people who are occupying space of residents of homes.
Okay.
So there. I don't live in my neighborhood alone, but I clean my neighborhood.
Right.
And I don't want to be on anybody's payroll. I clean it because I see the need to clean it.
That's right, and I agree with that.
If the street looks good based on my presentation, my neighborhood have to look sanitary.
Of course, because let me tell you, the vermin not gonna say I'm only staying in the dirty area. You know, they're gonna spread all over. You know, so that is what all of us need to take, that kind of attitude. It's about us. It's about our country. and taking pride in our country.
And you hear what I told you, you know.
Yes.
You want me? Notify me. I'll be there.
Thank you very much.
I have enough machines that any landscaper has because I see the need for them and I buy them so I don't have to borrow you one Daniel or Socrates one.
I'm gonna be calling you. I'm gonna be calling you before the afternoon is over.
Come on, do that.
All right.
I am the kind of person who says things that I mean because the truth I speak, which is not foreign to me.
That's right.
Thank you, Leo. Thank you very much.
Thanks.
Positive. I'm glad you're here to respond to that particular concern that was raised by Eli X. Mm-hmm. I was going to it, and you told me, pause, hold on, Socrates. We've got the solution on the way. Very, very happy for that. 662-0989, 762-0989. You've got a point to make?
Also, the constituency empowerment department as well. I was trying to remember the date exactly. I think if it's not the 17th or the 18th of this month, we're doing a island-wide cleanup as well. So
that's 1 or 2 days before the 19th event. Mm-hmm. That's beautiful. As Ms. Taylor said, the environment is all a concern. If we don't have that, we don't have any tourism.
That's right.
We're competing in the same industry with others who share the same dependency. So we have to make sure that when the visitor look at the options, we are ahead of the curve. And we've always had very, very good reports about cleanliness. Mm-hmm. A few months ago, or probably a year ago, I had a guy on tour, and he was telling me that your government is doing the right thing. I can tell from the infrastructure, I can tell from the roads, they speak for themselves. So people come here, and they compare us with other destinations. Yeah. And they will say to you, this is the best I've seen in terms, and people look at us and say, hey, you guys are not poor. They have a certain expectation.
Yes.
And they look at the homes and they make the comments and they commend us, especially on the sanitation.
Yes. Not that we should be satisfied though, because for them it's good in comparison to something that's bad, but we are not at our best as yet. So we still have somewhere to go.
Generally, yes. We have the exceptions that Eli X speaks about. Mm-hmm. We do have that. We have people who are not really concerned by the way they display in the drop. And people say, hey, pick that up.
Exactly.
But generally, we are very, very clean. Well, clean.
Clean.
You were saying something?
Yeah.
The lines are open. Do we have a caller?
Yes.
Okay, good. They call you live on Voices.
Hi, good afternoon, the King.
Good afternoon, Africa. How are we doing?
I'm giving thanks for life. And yourself?
Most certainly, doing the same.
And good afternoon to your guests there. Even though the topic is based on your community, what you call it, SP where the best be?
Say it again.
I know you guys can, you guys SP where the best be?
Okay, got you covered.
I know you guys can represent and you guys will really get the support. Internally, in terms of that community, but you will want to attract others in other communities.
So
I wish you folks the best going forward on sands because we need to promote black sand beaches also.
Also creates a revenue stream for you as a tour guide.
Yes.
So not you guys, it's all inclusive.
I allowed your folks in that initiative.
So can we look for? Sorry.
Generally speaking of our road, our infrastructure in general and the roads, something I said this morning on another program, and I wish to reiterate it here. We have been getting well-needed showers. We have had 2 disturbances in terms of Felipe and Tammy, and we welcome the rain. The island is nice and green and lush. But there are hazards. The King, when was the last you have been to the Southeastern Peninsula?
Let me ask you, did you just join in?
Yes.
Okay, let me update you. The question was raised pertaining to the overgrowth in that area, and Ms. Taylor says they are on it as we speak. So I understand the concern because we discussed it, Leo, other persons, and they are on it. Let me let her tell you herself exactly what's being done in relation to that. Ms. Taylor.
So yes, this week the Ministry of Tourism will partner with some of other government agencies and private sector groups to do some clearing and cleaning at the Southeast Peninsula. We are aware of the challenge, and we have taken. We are not responsible for the Southeast Peninsula, but because of how cross-cutting tourism, everything affects tourism, and so we have taken responsibility for ensuring that the place is clean this week.
Not the cleaning aspect is the shrubbery, the cutback.
Yes. What I'm getting at, the King, at this moment is not the public works responsibility, is not the responsibility of certain entities, but the responsibility of a private entity per se. And we do partner with private entities, and
Of
that's
course.
good.
Yes.
I am speaking specifically to South Grape Bottom. There is a new proprietor. I think it's a restaurant down there. You would not.
Orchid Bay.
Much persons may not
I've been
see
there.
Orchid Bay.
Yes, around that corner there, where the access route to there, it was gravel. The road that there. We hope that it will be surfaced. You know, they would pave it. Eventually, initially they would pave it, but it was gravel. And because of the enormous of rain we got, everything got washed down, and it is in the road, and it is a hazard as we speak.
Okay, Mr.
Anyone
Sticky notes.
travel that way, that route, you will have to pass there.
Yes, so
it's
I've
not
taken
only
note.
on one side where the water will normally settle for a day or two. But it's the length of time it has been there for, seems like it's unnoticed to the proprietor, and the onus is on the proprietor. I'm not asking no one else to get a shovel, a brass broom, and do the necessary cleanup there. I'm asking the proprietor.
Okay, I hope they're listening, or somebody can pass it on to them.
It's been 2 weeks or more.
Okay, we got
I
you.
just wanted to point that out.
Thank you.
I will listen. I'll continue to listen after.
Hope you're going to join us on the tour.
Well, yes. Just let me know when. I'll give in probably 2-3 hours, depending on my job details.
Yes.
But I'm more than willing.
Thank
I
you
just
so
don't want
much.
to talk.
Let him
No,
know.
that's all right.
Action also.
Let him know how much and when.
You guys listen to me a lot, though, and I appreciate that.
Of course.
Every time I speak, like right now I'm at the airport, and you guys have already cleaned the lawn down there, where I spoke about it last week on Socrates' program when I was a guest, about the extended area of the parking lot where we didn't really have access to, especially now the JetBlue is coming on Sundays.
Definitely.
You know, most of the load was on the Saturdays, so
yeah.
We want to work in tangent with the relevant authorities.
That's right. We are partners in this, and
okay, Africa, we're going to take this next call. Good day, call your 11 voices.
Good day, King and the guest. Good day to you and your guest, the King.
Respects.
Good day.
Same knife stick, goat stick, sheep, right?
That's correct.
All right. This New York Joe.
New York Joe in the house.
Yes, sir. It's kind of funny you all have this discussion because yesterday there was a discussion here about how driving around St. Kitts is like a sore eye. The main road have all these abandoned homes where people migrate and leave them. And it looks like a sore eye. And everybody said that they should do something about that. You know, I was in Singapore a few years ago. And if you own a property in Singapore that doesn't have a house on it, you have to make a garden. You understand?
Good approach.
And
Yes.
something needs to be done with those abandoned homes, even in Basti area, a lot of abandoned homes. They got to do something to beautify them. Now, back in the 80s in the South Bronx, where these landlords leave all the buildings, abandon all the buildings, the government came in and put some fake windows in them to make them look nice. You understand?
Got you.
You know,
Yeah.
even though they were abandoned, they still look nice. But the fact that all these people migrate and just go and leave their homes and stuff like that, their kids and their grandkids and great-grandkids.
Family properties are difficult
Yes.
to maintain or make determination with.
Yeah, something, man. You know, you put something on there where they got to clean it up or something. Just, you know, put a tag on it. So you got X amount of time to clean it up.
Okay.
Not only that, too. I'm going to show you something. If you go behind Cannery. When you go to the back of Cannery to go to the other side of Frigate Bay. You got so much abandoned cars, and that's a residential neighborhood. You understand? All the stuff need to be cleaned up. You know, you put a tag on these cars, give the owner a certain amount of time to do something with it, or the government just take it up and does.
I don't expense. Okay.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? It's something like that, man. I mean, the place needs to be beautified.
The director of tourism is taking notes as we speak.
You know, again.
She's a move and shake of things, eh?
Yeah. You know, I know you got other callers and whatnot, but, you know, again, so your guests and stuff, they're doing a good job. So, you know, I mean, you're the man. You know, you're the man. So,
who?
You know, just go on to your thing.
I'm the man in the man?
Good show.
Thank you, Joe.
What do you say? You're not the man, you're in the man.
Man in the man. Okay. Thank you. Down to the phone lines. Caller, good day, you live on Voices. We missed a caller. Please try and call back. Are you there? I was New York, Joe, always with a very... Let's take this caller. Good day, caller, you live on Voices.
Hello, good afternoon, the King. And
Bernice, good afternoon. How are we doing today?
Yes, good topic. So I. And you know, from beginning, we didn't put down we foot on them. So it can be always like going like that.
Who's the we and the them? Who's the we and who are the them? Who's the them?
Who born in authority who higher than they say us, they have the brains to run the country.
Okay.
Everybody going and close your eye and only when they reach a certain place, they like they open up there and that they could see where they're going. It's true. I'm agree to New York 100%. You see? Because to the back there, they say it's supposed to be expensive houses there. You know, it ain't look good. Right? Going right back there in Connery. And next thing again, these two are in town. You know? And you look good, clean them up as if to put a tag on them. And next thing, let me ask the lady there of tourism, she better come around. You suppose our house, vehicles and property. Sorry, I think they gave you let you own a piece of the rock because you say you want to own it. Just as New York Joe was just saying, not abandon buses and cars on top of them. They need to be removed. It's a project up here just open. It ain't got 30 years old yet and abandoned thing and people property and house building up there. We're going up when it look good. Y'all need to come around and check this place, you know. Talking about up here, you know, because she said she know where where it is. Up here going on by the bypass road, man. Upper side by the Buckley's height. Y'all need to come out here and I see some overgrown land. Let me tell you, Sako, where I never live up here yet. And I show up in a little 1,500 on this land before you come to live on it. Because I used to come and clean the place. I send people to clean it. Right?
Mm-hmm.
And that is how it's supposed to be now and again. I get it in 2004. And I've been cleaning it until 2017. Well, I began to build before it. I tried to build 2012. Then my hand wasn't long enough out of my pocket.
Yeah, long enough.
No.
Okay, got you.
No, so I tried to ask for a little help. And in 2017, I get it done. And, I keep it going. Never mind yearly when it keep it going. I going up the road there above me. The street above me. I said, aim in the drain. That's the next thing I have problem for now. They say they have more. People supposed to be working in the neighborhood. So you see it on the property. You're supposed to see no overgrown thing hanging in a drain. Nobody don't work there. And Friday you won't like to see them marching down before 9, To go for the money. You don't want to wrap up the thing. You're going to wrap up now.
Okay,
please. As New York just said, I won't stop say that. Today, when you finish with the government thing, like stones and the tar, the tar thing, you come and clean it back up. Right? They just leave them there until there's some more next thing before I go. I see some place they went go clean, let's say after the weather, right on the bypass road. They dig out the drain, they leave them back to wash back down in the drain and say, look at that. Going to catch the airport there And next road facing the gas station there. Man, they need to do it. Bring a tractor where you're cleaning and throwing this stuff. Nearly 10, 20 of them to be on the road, Father, help us. I beg you, yes, when them come in here and they don't want, we want and go back. I beg I get them the job, only them going to get the job right.
Okay, Bernice.
They're going to just be smoking, and that's all the job they're going and afraid to go. I don't want more money, Oh, well, I don't know enough money. And they don't work for money.
But
2 days a week, maybe 1 day a week, they work on that it.
Okay, thanks. Thank you for that contribution, Bernice. So we got to take notes for those. We should cover the credit topics. We don't have a call at the moment. Okay, let's go downtown and give Caesar some credit, and we'll be right back.
Found the sound 98.9 Win FM.
Riddle this, riddle that. Horseman's Furniture and Appliances and Ashley Furniture Home Store is again giving away hundreds of thousands of dollars in cashback for free groceries with every hire purchase. Will be given back this coupon season. Happening now. Hundreds of thousands of dollars in cashback coupon to all our hire purchase customers this coupon season. Starting now until December 2023. You get absolutely free groceries with every hire purchase at our Horseman's Furniture and Appliances stores on St. Kitts Nevis and our Ashley Home Store on St. Kitts. So riddle this. Where can you get quality furniture and appliances at great prices with a flexible FlexPlay plan and with absolutely free groceries with every hire purchase? Riddle that. Cashback at Horseman's Furniture and Appliances on St. Kitts Nevis and our Ashley Home Store on St. Kitts. Riddle this. Riddle that. Horseman's Furniture and Appliances and Ashley Furniture Home Store is giving you over $250,000 in cashback and a chance to win free groceries for a year. Riddle that cashback. Terms and conditions apply. See store for details. Are you ready to turn transactions into treasures? It's time to unlock the triple transformation transaction treasures at Horseman's Furniture and Appliances and Ashley Furniture Home Store St. Kitts. With every hire purchase, not only do you get quality furniture, but you also get triple cashback for free groceries. That's right, triple your saving, triple your transformation. Imagine a home beautifully furnished and a pantry stocked to the brim, all in one go. Our expert staff is standing by, ready to guide you to the pieces that will make your dream home a reality. Horseman's Furniture and Appliances and Ashley Furniture Home Store St. Kitts, where quality meets affordability. Don't miss out on this limited time offer. Visit our showrooms today and start your journey from transactions to treasure. Horseman's Furniture and Appliances and Ashley Furniture Home Store St. Kitts, transforming homes one transaction at a time. Visit us today and experience the triple transformation transaction treasures.
And this is just for the upkeep.
And we're back and we go straight to the phone lines. Good day, caller. You live on Voices.
Good afternoon, King.
Good afternoon, sir. What now?
And not too bad. And good afternoon to the lady there from the tourism department.
Taylor Williams.
Good afternoon.
Yeah, good afternoon. Nice discussion. Now, everybody just about the one pay. I remember back in the 80s, when I was a young man coming up, a young boy coming up. We used to play football, we play cricket. Most was Kenfield around. And when we see certain area dirty, we clean it. We don't want to think about anything. We clean it ourselves. But what I see right now, some people with abandoned land, they got the land them, right? And I see the workers them going and clean the land. And all them foolishness. People just buy land, around people got the surrounding look dirty, nasty, all kind of garbage, old fish and all kind of thing on it. I do not believe that government supposed to pay to clean people land. You understand?
Got your point.
Government ain't supposed to pay to clean people land. All I want to think this thing happening. If we're a tourist destination and we want to see our country and attract tourists in our country, Lord have mercy, man. I do better, no, man. Sure, you do better, no?
you're going back to the same thing. People just doing all kind of negative things, all kind of wrong things they're doing when you come around garbage and litter. Nobody want to respect the country anymore. Nobody want to be a patriot to the country. Nobody want to do no cleaning. People want the government pay to clean their own property. All them kind of nonsense that we're seeing right now. And these things only happen, you know, because sometimes a little politics in it. You understand? Government not supposed to clean nobody's personal land. People supposed to clean their personal land. And I just want, I'm talking this now because I want somebody to hear me now. I want somebody to hear me. Because when you never under clean somebody's land, especially if you run an area that gun destroy to the people when tourists come in and so, let the government clean it and then they charge send a bill to the people then. And the king ain't gonna be long. But the king sometimes you got a little patience sometimes with some of these people that come on the phone, you know. Because some people want to cook, they come on, they want to talk about this, they want to talk about that, they want to talk about everything. And other callers there to get in. And the program only about an hour or 2 hours. You know? So they must got some kind of consideration.
I totally understand.
When they call him in the program. Okay, the king have a wonderful, somebody can get in.
Much appreciated. The Sandy Point Sunset Tour and the strip. That is the topic on the table. We understand it's called Voices, and we entertain questions and other concerns. For the duration of the balance of the program, let's see if we can focus on. Pardon? Okay, good day, caller, live on Voices.
Hi, good day. Is the show still going on about the Black Sun?
I'm glad, yes, it is. So let's hear what you have to contribute.
If you want to make a donation or contribution per se, how do you go about doing that?
I'm going to put two ladies on the spot at the moment. That's Miss Taylor Williams and Charlene. Ladies, you got the question. The lady, she's asking. And if you want to listen up here, I'll continue the conversation. She wants to know.
I will.
Okay.
Okay. So you can contact me at the Ministry of Tourism, Daniel Taylor Williams, and we will go from there.
Okay. We appreciate the interest and the persons who want to contribute to this adventure. Any other call at the moment? All right. So we're looking once again to share information about the launch of the Black Sand Strip experience, the Sunset Cruise, leaving Pump Bay at 3 o'clock, going up to Charles Fort, known to many as the Lazaretto.
Or Cleverly
Hill Fort. We tour from inside the Lazaretto. A lot of folks have never been inside there. It's awesome. It's going to be a great experience. Down back to Pump Bay. We take this caller live on Voices. Good day, caller. Are you there? Hello?
Hello?
Yes, Fighting Hunks. How are you?
I just say I'm really listening to some callers.
Mm-hmm.
I'm saying, and one caller just said something, he kind of he hit me. Because the people coming to clear the bush on the other side of my land.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes they come across Fighting House. He land look dirty. My land look real dirty. I in a wheelchair.
Mm-hmm.
I try to get it clean. Sometimes people will come to clean this side of the road. They will come to clean the side of the road. And they remember hunks. You know, a lot of people pass here when they see my house. They remember hunks. So I don't see nothing wrong with somebody that come across and clean.
And assist you.
Eh?
And assist you. Nothing wrong with that.
You know what I mean? So when I hear the caller talking about, sometimes we have to look deep on what we're saying.
Okay.
We have to look deep on what we're saying. Because sometimes people really need the help.
That is correct. I believe the supervisor in your area, people who know you, will give you that. They extend a courtesy to you.
That's what I'm saying.
So, we understand the situation, and the person knowing you will give you that respect.
No, all I'm saying, people just have to be careful. Yes. With the word, the choice of words.
Okay, okay, Hans, thank you.
Like, I remember when I used to box on Socrates. If you try the wrong punch, you're in trouble, you get knocked out.
All right, we would have lost a caller. Apologies. We continue. He hung up? Okay, cool. You want to call at the moment? Black Sand Experience, talk to me. Go ahead.
I have 2 questions for people to win tickets.
All right, we have giveaways.
A call.
Caller, you live on Voices.
The King.
Sir.
Fighting hungry got children here.
Politics. Are you aware of the topic on the table?
Eh?
Are you aware of the topic on the table at the moment?
A topic?
Yes.
No, what a choice is that, right? Hung said that he want help. And I know I hear him talk about his children them. So he got peace and Elon want clean. His children then curving because he unable to do it. Because when fighting on the part, they're gonna belong to his children them. What I'm trying to say, people who got money got land up and down the place. And better people who don't even can't afford to clean the land. You know? Got them up and down the place. And the better people got rats and all kind of thing running around people who
we
clean
got
the
you
area.
the first time. I understand. I don't understand why. Okay. Yeah, 2 different pages. Hunks is saying, okay, extend the courtesy. Don't just bash. Okay, we got you. Thanks. Appreciate your contribution. All right. Pause on the call for a while so Ms. Taylor can present the information for the quiz.
Yes, so we have an opportunity for 2 persons to win tickets for the Black Sand Tour and Strip launch. As we indicated, the tickets are $100 each, but we have questions, and you can win a ticket to the event, 2 persons. So the first question is, in what month and year was the St. Kitts Sustainable Destination Council formed? In what month and year was the St. Kitts Sustainable Destination Council formed?
That's 1.
1. So you could either answer that one, or the other question, in what year was the Poxon Hospital opened? In what year was the Poxon Hospital opened? And as we are talking about touring Sandy Point and getting to know about Sandy Point, I'll just point out that Poxon Hospital is older than the JNF Hospital. So in what year was the Poxon Hospital opened? And the other question, in what month and year was the St. Kitts Sustainable Destination Council formed?
And the numbers to call are 466-0989, 662-0989. You can also do 762-0989. Get your information in, get your tickets to the event. It's going to be on the 19th of this month. The Black Sand, the Sunset Tour. How we go?
Black Sand Sunset Tour and Strip Launch.
Okay. Caller, you live on Voices?
Yes, I just trying to get the king car, you know, from large, I am from down the side. But my just, little tip to him, 1930?
No, it's not.
Oh, God, the hospital up here open in the 70s.
No, it's open. The hospital in Basti actually opened in 1967.
Yeah, I know, yeah.
Yes.
Thanks for joining, buddies. As I say, we don't come again. We go back to the phone lines. The numbers to call, the question is, what year was the Poxon Hospital opened? And what year what's the other number there?
What month and year was the St. Kitts Sustainable Destination Council formed?
662-0989, 762, and we go back to the phone lines. Call your live on Voices. Your live on Voices? Yes, you are answering the questions?
Yes.
Go right ahead.
March the 26th, 2009.
That's for which question?
1892.
You are incorrect, but you can try again.
But she answered the questions?
March 31st, 1892.
No. No.
I
asked which question. You can only answer one question. So which question are you answering? Are you answering the question?
The Paxton one.
Paxton Hospital. That is incorrect.
The AMAT 2009.
No. That's not. When was the Paxton Hospital first opened?
Oh.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's all about when it was renamed.
I know. Yeah, I realized that when it was redone.
The original opening of the hospital.
March 31st, 1892.
No, that is incorrect.
Okay.
Thanks for trying.
Yes.
Questions on the table. 662-0989 gets you in on the conversation. 762-0989. And for those farther afield, we have the New York area and Miami. Let's see if we get those numbers momentarily. On the 19th of this month, $100 gets you what?
Action.
Yeah, but detail the action.
You're gonna be getting folklore like we mentioned. Like we mentioned before, we're going to be having folklore, entertainment, history tour.
Good day. You're live on Voices.
You're asking for the year the St. Kitts Destination Council was found?
The month and year.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you want the month and the year?
Yes.
Oh. If I get the answer I do, I can ask you to give it to the next caller?
Sure.
Okay, good. All right. I'll call you back. Thanks.
Okay.
Sure, no problem.
This is interesting. Leo is the best. 662-0989. Get you in the program. 46. Okay, we have a caller. Go to caller, 11 Voices.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
The year in which the Sustainable Council was formed, and the month is November 2013.
You are a winner. You are very correct. And who am I speaking to, please?
Sabrina Thompson.
Sabrina Thompson, we'll need to get a contact for you, and you can contact me at the Ministry of Tourism for your ticket.
Okay, no problem.
You'll need to bring your ID as well, please.
Okay, no problem.
There you go.
What's your name?
My name is Dianelle Taylor Williams. Dianelle.
Dianelle Taylor Williams.
Yes, please.
Okay, thank you.
Thanks for participating.
No
There
problem.
So we have one winner.
We have one winner, and we'll give the other persons a chance to think of the answer while we go down town once more to give credit to our sponsors. We'll be right back.
Here are your Hotspurs Value Mart IGA specials.
Running November 2nd to November 15th.
The more you shop, the more you save.
In November, get double points on dairy and frozen items.
Now, our Value Club Blue Tag specials. Essential Everyday Mayonnaise, $17.99. Arm & Hammer Liquid Detergent, $34.99. IGA Margarine, $23.99. IGA and Essential Everyday Frozen Waffles, $10.99. Blue Bunny Ice Cream, $22.99. Pringles chips, just $9.99. And now, our very low weekly
value deals. Gatorade's $4.49. Dunkin' Cake Mixes, $6.99. Ama toothpaste, $14.99. Central's vitamins, $44.99. Malto-Meal bagged cereals, $12.99. Minute Maid punches, $8.99. Shop smart, shop Value Mart, and get double points for more rewards today.
Continuamos en el mes de noviembre con los puntos dobles y las recompensas. Sea listo y haga sus compras aquí en Value Mart.
We're here in the studio having a little chit chat about what's happening in Sandy Point. We have this big launch planned on the 19th of this month. It's going to be a Sunday tour leaving. Okay, let's take the caller and see if they have the answer for the second question. You're live on Voices.
Hello.
Hello there. Welcome to the program.
Yes, is it March the 31st, 1892?
I'm sorry, no, that's not the answer.
That was in relation to the opening of the Paxton Hospital. Okay, so yes, we are launching what's hoping to be a weekly activity every Sunday down at the Black Sand Beach in Fig Palm Bay, Fig etc. on the border there. And we have various partners, the Department of Tourism, Community Development, got it right this time?
Department of Constituency Empowerment.
Yes. Just look at this and say, well, give it a bit. Call your life on voices.
Anybody answer the question about the Sustainable Development Council?
Yeah. The Sustainable Destination Council, yes, we had a winner.
Okay, good. All right, thanks. Bye-bye.
Right, you want to try for Sandy points? Nah, I missed that.
Yeah.
So, One Dog, let's talk about, you having a scholar? Let's talk about your famous drink.
Well, the dark boy, you don't know. It's basically.
Don't give out your secret ingredient, you know?
Oh.
Huh? You never hear what his name in Sunshine telling you what is the secret ingredient.
No. But yeah, it's just a smooth cocktail, you know what I mean? Most of the ladies like it. Something smooth.
That's so funny. Women love the dog.
Wow, interesting. So so is it gonna be like the branding down there? I know you do some merchandising.
Well, that one I wanna go into. You know what I mean? I just say like the guy got the killer bees. I'm trying to make Dark Boy, you know what I mean, my first drink, your choice.
Okay.
So you come with half of the Dark Boys.
So is it gonna have to put Sandy Point on the map?
Well, that's
once again.
That's the whole intention.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? That's the whole intention to put the strip on the map itself.
In previous meeting, it was mentioned that you've done some work in terms of cleaning up the beach. You've asked for, what do you call those?
The dumpster. Yeah, the bins.
Yeah. And one of the concerns that was expressed is that sometimes when you start a project, people clean up initially, and beyond that, they don't really continue.
Mm-hmm.
And based on what's planned and the pride that's involved in all this, I believe we're going to have a good product, be able to get people to come, like the area, bring their friends, etc., and build.
Yes.
You mentioned in other communities may want to be doing something similar in the areas.
Correct.
There was something planned for Saddlers some time ago?
For Saddlers?
Saddlers, not Saddlers, Date Bay. Fishermen's Corporation were doing something over there in Date Bay.
Oh, yes. I think you had to get postponed from the weather.
Because of the, yes.
Yeah.
The,
came off the other day. It came off Saturday.
Main thing, they had it Saturday?
The fishing tournament, wasn't it?
Main sure they had it Saturday, but I know it was postponed.
The Shark Fest, yeah, Shark Fest.
So
there's another festival this Saturday in Oldwood. A fishing corp.
Okay.
That one is different.
Yeah.
That one is different, but the last that I know about, that previous one you just asked about, and it was postponed. I don't know if they had it Saturday, I'm not sure. But it was postponed to the weather.
Got about 10 minutes to go before we wrap up to this program. It's the right time to start pitching again. What's going to happen down there? What the fees are? What do you get? We have one more question still to be answered as to when was Parkson Hospital opened. The call before was very close, but
yes,
yeah, it's still that far. So we want to build more into the story of Sandy Point. There's a page up there. We have a caller. Let's see what this caller have to contribute. Go to caller 11 voices.
Hello, is it March 25th, 2009?
Unfortunately, no. We are asking when it was
originally
first open. Yes, and we only need the year. Thank you.
Thanks for trying. The original building, though, was bigger than it is today. It had greater capacity.
Wow.
And there was a hurricane that did some serious damage to it, so that they downgraded. And up to the 90s, I think it was, there was a residence for a doctor there before it was renovated and downgraded to a health center. It was actually a hospital. Go to caller 11 voices. Go to caller, are you there?
Hello, 1986.
Okay, then we'll answer you.
I'm sorry, no, it's not 1986. It's actually older than Joseph and Franz Hospital. The original Parkson Hospital is older than JNF, and JNF was opened in 1967.
One of the more reasons why we invite people to come on the tour, it will be a tour that delve into the history of Sandy Point. There's a page called The Story of Sandy Point that's found on Facebook. There are 11 episodes on YouTube. Is King Socrates Presents, but it speaks about the whole story of Sandy Point. Caller, go there, 11 voices.
Yes, I'm trying again. It gotta be between 1950 and 55. I don't know. Just
not even close.
I came along. I was actually born there in 55. I was actually born there in 55.
I gotta be 1918 and 1917 then. Am I got anything right?
No,
Bernice. Bernice, I think you need to come on the tour. So you could check me at the Ministry of Tourism to get your ticket. So you could join the tour and get to learn about what Sandy Point.
You've got a tour, you've got food, you got the dog bites, you got entertainment for $100 easy.
Yeah. Shall I win something?
No.
1914.
No, you're not even close.
Oh my, that is the first hospital put down there. You got to be in the 19th and the 13th century or so.
It wasn't the first hospital.
No.
It was the second in Sandy Point.
One was the first. Well, we had the hospital here in town, yeah.
No, there was also another hospital in Sandy Point before that. Would have been at the foot of Downing Street. That's why I'm telling you should buy your ticket and come on the tour. You get to hear all of that.
Yeah.
So
when
then,
that time now, I must win the day.
It's going to be on the 19th of November, Sunday the 19th, and then you could dine and lime with us.
Yeah, I'm going to do that, yeah.
All right, then.
Look here, that's an old thing then. I didn't even heard about that. I think it was just the Princeton Hill Hospital when we had the war. Mm-hmm. And then the one came along after the war.
No.
The hospital...
Is in the 1912 or 1910.
No. At least you're trying. I like that.
The hospital at the fort was for the soldiers, the families, and such, not for the general public, etc. Huh? Okay. The plans are for persons. Okay, let's take this call first because let me have an answer to the question we're trying to get. Good day, call 11 voices.
1938. Am I correct?
No.
You're far.
No. But thanks for trying. Okay, I'm asked to remind folks about the tour. It's due to leave Pump Bay at 3 o'clock. We drive up to the Cleverly Fort, or Charles Fort, or the Lazaretto. We do a tour of the facility. Then we head back down through Sandy Point, pointing out some of the historic highlights. We go down to Downing Street. We cover that, then go back to Pump Bay, go to call 11 voices.
1670.
A little too early. A little too early, but thank you for trying. So we get back to Pump Bay. Back to the phone lines. Good, they call 11 voices.
King Socrates.
Yes, sir. How about now?
What is the price for the answer?
The price is a ticket. You got a ticket. There were 2 ticket giveaways.
For the trip?
Yes, that's correct.
For the tour?
Valued at $100. So you get your tour, you get your meals, you get your dog bite, you get entertainment.
This is one time people look forward to a dog bite.
1892.
Pardon?
1892.
For the building of the Parkson?
The opening.
Yes.
What do you have there?
No, we have something that's not that. That's not it.
What?
He's kind of close.
Yes.
It said that you're kind of close, but that's not the accurate date.
Come on.
It was officially opened in that year, but when it was first opened, that's not the year. So that's the official opening.
Okay, we're still with the phone lines. We got about 3 minutes to go. 3 minutes to go with this call for a wrap-up of what we were discussing. Go to Caller 11 Voices.
March 31st, 1892.
No, that's the official opening date, not the date when it first opened.
So you're looking at the date when it first opened versus the official opening date. Okay, because they would have the information that says, but... Okay, we've come to the end of... We have this call? Okay, Call 11 Voices. We're looking for the day that the Paxton Hospital was officially open.
1932?
No, I'm sorry. No.
Another reason for coming on the tour on the 19th, as we tour through Sandy Point from Charles Fort to Fort Charles. It's going to be quite a tour. And it's only $100 to get you there. Let's take one more before we do the wrap-up. Go to Call 11 Voices.
Yes, gotta be 1940 and I gone. 1941, 1942.
Yeah, Boris.
Come and say, you know. Oh, close to him. Close to get it.
You're very green. If I
was trying to find information here, but I'm
thinking. If it's 38, so I put it to 40. They got to be 1925 also then.
It's older than that. Yeah.
And we come to the end of the calls. We'll ask Ms. Taylor to wrap up on the topic of the day. Any contribution from the other two persons, and we're done. So it's yours.
I would just like to invite everybody out. As a matter of fact, based on what the question, we know that there is a dearth of information with regard to the area. And this is an opportunity to close that gap, get to learn about Sandy Point, get to learn a little bit about our history, dine and lime with us at the Pump Bay Strip, and make it the next destination for your family outings or just for your weekend lime. And tickets are available for sale at the Ministry of Tourism, Rum Dog Bar, Link Up Bar at Pump Bay, and E&K Minimart. For those of you in Sandy Point, that's Ziley's Minimart, right? And we want the persons to be a part of this experience. Remember, in addition to launching this new tourism product, we are also looking to raise funds towards the renovation of the restroom facilities in the area. So we look forward to all of you joining us there.
Ms. Gubbs?
Just briefly asking everyone to come on out on the 19th of November. Book your tour with the great Sacro. No, okay, with the great host.
Yes,
for the
Socrates
tour.
will
Socrates.
be our host.
So just book on the night for the 19th, and it will be a good day. Come on out.
Mr. Dog?
Yes, before I leave, I just like to encourage everybody to come out, and special tribute to Socrates. You know, he came to me, and it's been a while now we talk about it, so everything come into fusion, so happy for that. And Mr. Neil, who took it so serious, I really, really appreciate that. You know, we needed something like this all the time, the collaboration with tourism to get pushed. And now again, the push, I'm so grateful. So thank you again, Mr. Neil.
And on that note, we want to thank all of viewers and listeners for joining us today. Joining us on today's presentation of Voices. Hopefully we're back on Wednesday or Friday, and we'll continue to update on this particular project as it gets closer. It's going to be on the 19th day of this month. It's a Sunday, a tour from Charles Fort to Fort Charles. Do not miss it. Good food, and of course you get a chance to sample the dog bite.
Great ambience.
Right? Most beautiful. Thanks to the management of WINNFM. We wish you peace, love, and a much better tomorrow.
WINN is 98.9. 98.9 is WIN FM.